record on this computer. All right, bet. Oh no, I was telling Parse before we actually started going live. The reason I was late was because usually I just do like 2 sessions, so whether it be like wrestling and boxing or like Muay Thai and then boxing or some shit. So today I decided to do wrestling, boxing, and then after that, one of my friends, he was doing jiu-jitsu and was like, "Yo, let's just roll after," right? So I was like, "All right, cool." So after class, I'm fucking dead because like today was conditioning for both, and so I'm already exhausted. But then I went there. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm ready. Let's go. let's start these rolls." So I'm like, "All right, fuck, let's do it." But then one of our he's like a purple belt, like a blue purple belt. He was like, "Oh shit, you guys are rolling? Let me hop in. Let's do King of the Hill," where basically you get 2 minutes to tap the person out. If you don't tap them out, 20 push-ups. Right? We're like, all right, this is gonna be kind of cool. Fuck it, why not? Right? We literally do that shit for like a solid 20 minutes, right? Where we're getting like barely enough breaks. But then right after, he's like, okay, you two are last. Go till you tap out. Till one taps the other person out. Right? We're going. Then he says, hey, let's see who's the first one to bitch out. Right? Once he said that, we're like, okay, no one's tapping.
That's a guy thing,
bro.
That's a guy thing.
It's like,
once you challenge me, right? Once you challenge me, I'm gonna see this out to the end, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna be a bitch. No way you're gonna be able to call me a bitch, right? We dead ass rolled for like 20, 25 minutes. We were both like this close to tapping the other out, but somehow someone got away, and we kept rolling for like 20, 25 minutes. The only reason it ended, my left calf cramped the fuck out. Like it was crazy. Like the whole time we were rolling, my foot would sometimes cramp up and I'll be able to like kind of stomp it out. But like the cramp in my calf felt like someone shot me.
Yeah, no, eventually
like,
you
get
like, there's a point where your muscle's done. Yeah.
No,
I've been there.
Your body's like, big man. Your body's like, big man, we're going to stop this. We're done. I'm going to call this for you. Bro. Yeah, dude, those jujitsu cramps are the worst. I've had that happen in my calf. I've had it happen. I don't know what the area on the side of your hip is. I've had it happen there in the quad. Dude,
all in your legs. Yeah, because you need to like grip around their body, right? You need to hold on for dear life. So it's like,
and also it's like I went into it with my arms pretty much dead. So I was basically using my legs the whole time.
Yeah, you're only holding on with your legs, right? Like, so when you're in those kind of situations, your legs give out so fast and then you're done, man. You're done.
Dude, I found with jujitsu, when I first started, because I just started recently, it was like, actually, it's been a month already. Mm-hmm. When I found out I started, I know you know what I'm talking about, but it's like you start out and you want to use so much explosiveness and you're squirming around. But I realized it's kind of more just, if you exert less, you actually have more control in a weird way. Yeah. I found that, where it's like,
it's dope.
And I'm not even saying that I know all the angles, because again, I'm new, but even with some of the more brute force type of exchanges, I find that if I just stay calm and look for certain openings, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I just slipped into half guard. Or, oh yeah, I just slipped into, and it's not even something I even saw playing out. I love jiu-jitsu. I love rolling.
It's so fun. It's the patience of the game, right?
Yeah, you have to understand like the push and pull.
In all martial arts, there's patience, but like, jiu-jitsu is like very direct. It's very patient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, it's also like you have to know like when to actually use your explosiveness.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like rolling for 20, 25 minutes. It's like, bro.
And then you have, dude, some guys are so quick, man. Oh my God. I remember one dude got an arm bar on me so fast, dude. He just like whipped his entire body around, dude. Crazy.
It sucks the worst. Dude. Some guy gets it quick on you, and even like his shin like slaps you in the face as he goes over.
And you get effed up. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, yo, bro, you're getting better." And I'm like, "Thanks for." Dude, I got put out in class the other day. That was the first time that happened to me. I got strangled. It was what the crazy thing is, we weren't even going live.
Passed out.
I got passed out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we weren't going live. We were demoing the triangle, and I was learning the triangle, and this kid he's like a finance bro, and I love him to death, but he trains 3 times a week, and he doesn't go for the kickback, but he just goes for Brazilian. just rotates a little bit because with the triangle you have to kind of create the angle.
Yeah.
He scooped under the leg.
Yeah.
And I don't remember anything after that. I woke up 8 seconds later and I was like, where am I? And apparently, first person in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program's history to get choked out, and everyone's really afraid. I don't know if you guys, maybe this is something I wanted to ask was, are you guys afraid of getting strangled? Because it wasn't that bad, but it's not something I necessarily thought about before getting strangled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I could say personally, like, I like, especially rolling in practice or training, like I tap to that shit. Like if you got me, you got me, like at that point. And like now I've gotten to a point. So just for clarification, I've been doing it for like a bit more than a year now. Like I would say like a year and like a year and 2 months, maybe. Yeah. So like in that time now, I've gotten to the point where like there's like I know who's good and who's not. I know like when I have to be like I know how to roll with different people, I guess.
Yeah, no, and the more you roll, and if you're going against like a more experienced fighter, then you know how to. They'll know, they'll get you in like the right positions and not like just murder you.
Yeah.
You guys ever have someone? You guys,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys ever have someone, to your point, go? They're going a little bit lighter because they're more experienced.
Yeah.
Always see. I'd always prefer because we have the two instructors and both of them have been they're black belts and they've been doing it for I don't even know how many years, and they don't necessarily take it easy on you. But I'm the kind of guy that I like to kind of jump into the deep end a little bit. I don't know what you guys think, but I personally, when a guy he knows he's better, I feel like it's almost cheating you a little bit of kind of that experience.
Yeah, when they look down on you in like a fight. Yeah, no, I mean, but the thing is like we're so bad they don't need to try that hard.
Yeah,
that's another thing too.
It's also a thing of like, for example, in the parse, I know I could beat your ass. So it's like,
for sure.
Like, dude, like with him, I'm gonna just let him work. That's
don't
also
let him
like
talk to you
thing,
like that,
right?
Parks. Don't let him talk to you.
No, he for sure could. He would wreck me. But like, I know that feeling because I went up against a few blue belts, right? And dude, they're just patient as fuck, and then they'll get you in some position. They'll F you up, man. Like they don't need to try that hard, like they just know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, like right now, like my coach gave me great advice. He was like, yo, when going with someone who's like pretty new, just give them the first 3 minutes to like just do their thing, to let them tire out, like let them just gas out, and the last 2 minutes just do whatever the fuck you want. And so what anyone knew, that's what I've been kind of doing is like, okay, the first 3 minutes I'm gonna just like fuck around with you, try to see if you can get out of stuff. I'll like give you tips on shit, whatever. And then like the last 2 minutes, then I could be like, all right, let me just take her back real quick. Let me just do this real quick.
Just make it done. You ever have the instructor instruct other people while he's choking you out? I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
He's like, he'll have me in a triangle. He's like, yo, rotate the arm. Okay. Answer the phone and then create a space with the floor. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. All the time.
It's terrible.
Yeah, because it's like he almost has it, but he doesn't have it yet. So you're like, oh, I could get out of this. And then he'll like, my coach will come around. He'll be like, hey, put your chest down to the mat. And it's like, oh fuck, now I have to actually tap. Like it's over. And so like that's happened countless number of times. Man. Like
assisted like death. Bro.
Yeah, legit.
Or if you're the one trying to lock in the choke and he's like, and he tells the other guy how to get out of it. I'm
how
like,
to get out.
It's like, bro, stop. Don't do that.
100%, 1000%, man. Hey, we didn't even intro this. Fuck. We just got right into it, dude. We just got right into it.
Wait, I got one last story, dude. I've even asked my instructor to be like, yo, what kind of chokes can I do in this position? Like while I'm in that position, because I just had complete control and I just didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Facts.
Oh, he's like, dude, I have no idea what to do from here. Right. And it's like, I just asked him and he's just like, yo, try this out. And I murdered that dude.
I love jiu-jitsu so much.
I love it.
Dude, you really are like destroying the other person, man. When you have them in that position, you really got complete control of the other person. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
One thing before we actually properly intro this shit. I felt this the most actually sparring in Muay Thai. So I was sparring this dude. He's like a K1 champion, right? he trains in Muay Thai. He trained with Fazeev in I think it's Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand, but one of the gyms in Thailand. He trained with Fazeev, trained with Valentina. Like, dude's crazy. Currently, he's in the LFA. He's like 3-0 right now. Like all like I think all submission, maybe one knockout, some shit like that. But dude's insane, right? But sparring him in Muay Thai, I could definitely tell he's taking it easy on me. And that was the first time I was like, yo, thank God he's taking it easy on me. When striking, I'm like, yo, take it stupid easy. Yeah,
that's a different ball
game. That's probably why he knew he would have you up. Like,
he's like, dude, I could kill this dude right now. Like, yeah, dude,
bro. The first time I spar, I know you want to do. I know you want to get to introing the show, but I did. But my first time sparring, and it's the only time I've sparred. That was a couple of weeks ago. I ended up sparring with a dude from the PFL. I don't even know it. That's how easy he took it. And I even landed a shot. I was crazy. Like, oh, who is this guy? Yeah. And then it just turns out that he was like, I could easily jack this guy up and let me just, you know what I mean? Let me take it easy on him. And they tell you to tell everyone that it's your first spar. And then everyone's really like, that's the thing I love about martial arts gyms is everyone's super duper accepting 100%. And everyone's super willing to help. No egos there.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, that's the best part. It's like, if you're like, I need you to chill out a little bit, they'll chill out a little bit. But like, if you're picking the pace up, they'll just match your pace. So it's like, that's 100% such a dope thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's actually intro this shit. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Neverland Podcast, man. We already have like a good 5-10 minutes. But
the Rolling Star Kings, bro.
Exactly, man. But we're here with a super dope guest, man. We got Jacob Cooper in the building, aka Coop. Bro, like, I already know where to start. Man. Yeah, I already know where to start.
Yeah, welcome, man. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome on here.
To Neverland.
First thing, I almost forgot. First thing we always get to ask our first time guests, your top 5 musicians.
Top 5 musical artists, musical artists. All right, it could be a band, right? Too?
Yeah.
Or does it have to be singular artists? Okay.
No, band counts.
Okay. All right. So number 1, I don't know if you boys would know this, Jungle from the UK, extremely underrated. They did a lot of stuff for FIFA. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you know like the FIFA soundtracks are always pretty.
We know FIFA.
Yeah. So I first discovered them there, and they're one of the rare bands, artists, whatever it is, that I personally could listen to all of their songs and there would not be one single miss for me.
Dope.
Oh, nice.
Just such a great collective. I'd have to put Griselda there, and then maybe also all of the individual artists out of Griselda.
Griselda.
I know, dude, because the best music makes you feel something. And when I'm driving in my Mazda out of my cul-de-sac and I put on Griselda in the car, I'm like, I feel dangerous. You know what I mean? I feel like
you feel hard, man.
I do feel hard.
Tell Virgil right, brick on my brick. Like that.
Dude, I'll never forget. I think it was Benny the Butcher. He just released a song called 30 in Houston or something along those lines. It's right after he got targeted by a gang in Houston, and he's making the song in a wheelchair. He rapped it in a wheelchair, and the first thing he says in the song is, I'm rapping this out of a wheelchair. I was like, yo. So Griselda's got to be there for me.
Great pick.
Thank you. I might get some hate here coming up. I do enjoy me some Drake.
There's no hate. There's no hate.
Yeah, there's no hate.
We love Drake, man.
Yeah,
we love Drake.
He's fantastic.
We just make fun of Drake. You know,
it's so fun to make fun of Drake, dude. Oh my God. I'm a big fan of Drake, but he's just infinite material.
He's so easy to make fun of, right? But he does that on purpose. Like, that's the key to his greatness, 100%, right? Like
100%. I think I'm definitely the more recent projects I don't listen to at all. Like, not a single song I listen off of. But like, till I would say, was Views more recent, or was if you're reading this, it's too late, is more recent?
I think it might be if you're reading this. Right? Oh, really? I listen.
Right.
Also, again, I'm not the foremost leading authority on people's discographies. I just have the songs I like. But
thanks.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's 2015, and then Views is 2016.
2016.
Okay,
cool. So so I mean, basically around that era. After that is when I stopped listening to Drake. But I like to this day, I'm listening to like all the old shit. So,
he's just got so many classics.
Yeah.
But I will say that his stuff has kind of dropped off. But I also I do like to give him credit where credit is due, that he does kind of experiment a little bit. Like his most recent album, I don't know what genre that was. It dance hall that he put out. I can't remember what they officially house. Yeah. So he's going all over the place with what he's doing, and I can always appreciate an artist of his caliber that kind of also can. You say what you want about him. I know a lot of people, the common dig at Drake is that he's a culture vulture, or that he kind of like hops from one train to the other. But that takes a little bit of skill, I feel like, to stay relevant for that long.
100%.
And
so
he has a key to it too, right? Like he works with the best artists in the game in every of those, you know, in each of those sections, in trap, whatever UK grime rap, right? Like he's hitting up like the best people. So when you're working with the best, you kind of, it shows up for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, dude. So what am I sitting at right now? 3?
3. Yep.
Yeah.
In top 5. So number 4, I'm gonna throw in Ice Spice. No, I'm just no, I'm just kidding. No.
I thought you were gonna say Ice Tea.
Ice Tea.
Vanilla. What is it that guy's name? Vanilla Ice. Oh my god, no. I'm a really big J. Cole guy. I love J. Cole because he raps a lot. His music has a lot of substance.
I feel like
to
you
it,
gotta put J. Cole in there.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And you know, like you talk about what you want with the top 5 rappers, but J. Cole, personally, in just my top 5 artists, I'm a big fan of his. And per music listened to, he's in my top 5. And then number 5, that's a tough one, man. I'd have to, let me check my phone. Let me see who's the most concurrent artist in my Apple Music. Because I am an Apple Music guy. I've tried a little bit of both sides. Spotify.
The lost list, man. Yeah, I'm on Spotify though. Still,
I'm with either. I know there's a big divide right now between the Spotify and the Apple Music boys. I say wherever you get your music is fine.
Same. It's literally the same thing.
Right? It really is. It's one of those things.
I would say I go to Spotify more so to find new music, because I feel like their algorithm to give you like music you haven't heard is a lot better.
Yeah.
But like if I just want to throw a playlist on that I already have made, then I would go to Apple Music. That's just,
dude. My thing is,
I like it.
I've been using Spotify since like it came out. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember back in 8th grade. Like I heard about this thing coming out with free music and it was better than Pandora. And ever since then I was on this. So I've been so deep and stuck in the UI. Right. All my playlists are on Spotify. So even though I tried like the 3-month trial of Apple Music with the lost list, I was like, nah, I'm still with Spotify.
Yeah, when you have everything
like
on that side,
that's my problem.
Worth it.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I listen to a lot of like downloaded music as well, which Apple Music does a way better job of. Spotify doesn't do that. So like, I think because of that too.
Dude, I think you described it perfectly. It's like Spotify is, because sometimes Apple Music will just recommend a song to me or play a song on auto, and I'm like, this is not at all the song or the type of song I was just listening to, or anything that I would like remotely in that same neighborhood.
Exactly.
But if I want something, if I want like the regular go-to stuff, I like Apple Music. I guess for my 5th, I might have to go Freddie Gibbs. I like Freddie Gibbs. Good big Freddie Gibbs guy.
Okay. Shout Rabbit.
That's a cool number 5 pick.
Yeah. I wanted to put some honorable mentions. I mean, I like old school like Nas or Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, all those guys are. I mean, I'm a big. I like a lot of rap. Big rap guy.
No, same here. Same here. Because I was about to say my personal top 5. I said it so many times on here. I should remember it. It's Lil Wayne, Kanye, Kendrick, Cole, and Hove. That's my top 5.
Oh yeah, no, that's a solid top 5.
Yeah,
that's a solid.
I'm not gonna state my top 5 right now. I don't know.
All I know the episode.
Special. I gotta actually think about it. I haven't thought about it in a while. I feel like
it's a tough on the spot question.
I have to update mine. You know, I gotta update.
100%. Kanye's got to be in a lot of people's top fives because I'm Jewish and like I know I'm not supposed to listen to his music, but sometimes when a Kanye song comes on, I'm like,
bro,
damn it, man.
Damn, bro, that's rough for you, man.
Yeah, that's rough.
So rough. And I know you guys probably this is like a source subject, but me being a Jewish man, I could say I honestly don't believe Kanye is anti-Semitic. I just think he's an absolute idiot sometimes.
Yeah.
And he just
dude, it's all a marketing tactic, right?
I think so.
That's really that's what I've seen Kanye do, and that's what he keeps doing. He just says crazy shit to get eyes, man. And
and it's like now he's probably just,
and it's like
he's just
I think obviously he crossed the line in this one, right? Like that's freaking obvious, right? This dude's a freaking idiot. But in the music field, this dude is still a genius. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere else, you could claim that he's fraudulent, right? But in music, damn, this dude's good. You know what I'm saying?
It's unbeatable. I mean, it's insane the type of music he creates.
Yeah.
It's insane. But outside, man, it's just one of those things where it's like, especially, dude, it's like when he went on, what's that guy's, the guy that's he goes on Joe Rogan all the time. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
Yeah. Dude, if you go on Alex Jones's show and Alex Jones is like, well, we probably shouldn't be saying that. You know, it's like, dude, Alex Jones is the guy that's like, let's be reasonable here.
If he's wild, dude, that was wild. I remember seeing that. And then, dude, Kanye's just like, I love Hitler. And then Alex Jones is like, are you sure?
Yo,
he was genuinely concerned. Like, are you sure you wanted to say that?
And Kanye was like, no, everyone has something to offer, but not especially Hitler. Not even, but especially Hitler.
Dude,
I was like, what are you doing, Kanye?
Wild.
Craziness, man. But makes great music nonetheless.
Facts,
man. Hey, let's segue over to the UFC, man. So the reason why Coop is even on, I actually saw one of his videos on my YouTube recommended. I was like, oh, it's a cool thumbnail. Let me check this out real quick. So watched it, and then I saw the subscribers. I was like, oh shit, he only has like 100 some subscribers. Like I was expecting this to be like a pretty solid channel. Because like then I actually looked at all your videos. I was like, yo, these thumbnails are crazy. So then I just sent over a DM. Of course.
Then you realize he's a creator like us. And
I was like, oh shit, he on the grind.
You know?
So, dude, struggling. I was even thinking about turning. I think it might be a better idea to just turn at this point the subscriber count off, because some guys, it makes it more so like I hear, or I not hear, but I see comments under my videos being like, hey, we want to adopt this early. We want to be like the day ones. But I think it also throws some people off, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, seeing a smaller channel, I think at least what I go off of, I can understand that there's talent in some of these channels, but I also see it. I'm like, I don't know. There's something about the smaller number that in my mind registers a little bit negatively. Yeah, I'm not saying that I would wholly discount a channel because of that, but I think once I see more so, maybe once I see like something with 20K or something with 100, I feel like people are more amped to pick it up. You know what I mean? Or apt to pick it up. So I don't know. I was thinking about turning mine off.
Yeah, there is momentum. I feel like once you get those higher numbers, you know, then people are so much more likely to subscribe, right? Yeah, no, I feel like maybe you feel like maybe this creator won't even stick around, right? Because they have so many low numbers, right? And
I've seen tons, dude, where it's like they upload a really good video. They can't really capitalize off of because that's the tricky part too, is once you have a video, I've heard this. I have a buddy who's a little bit higher up on the he's been further along on the journey. And he says it's very hard to kind of make different types of content when you have one type that blows up. That's what I'm constantly worried about. I want to diversify now, not just talk about Jake Paul, because that's the stuff that does the best numbers, obviously, because he's the biggest neighbor at KSI, but also talk about Marab and how I think his style is better than a lot of people are giving him credit for, or, you know, stuff like that, and just diversify early.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Dude, it's always tough.
So we were like, yo, fuck it. Let's connect. Let's hop on this podcast, talk some shit.
Dude, I saw your guys' work. I got to say, you guys are another pair of creators that, and even just with the podcast, with your own individual, like, you guys are certified, man. There's a lot of people
appreciate
you guys that don't receive the shine. And it's just because so many people are doing it, right? And that's because I feel like everyone, it's just the way things
you really
are.
do have to, we see ones that, you know, they get lucky, dude. We see the people that get lucky early. Like that's the thing. And it's like everyone else, it takes time, man. Like we're going to be doing this years before we get lucky somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Legit, the slow grind.
I have a question real quick. Do you guys think, and I know we want to get into UFC, I apologize, but I always ask everyone that's in the content creator space this, do you guys think that there are people who are undeserving and just got, so the instance, the example I always see get passed around is like a Charlie D'Amelio, where it's like this person, a lot of people say this person doesn't have any natural talent. It's kind of just like, she got lucky because she's this, that, the third. Do you guys believe that? Because I always seem to think that you have to have something about you, whether it be marketing prowess, on-air presence. You know, I fall into that camp.
There has to, you have to check off all the boxes as well as there's a pump, right? So I remember the creator of TikTok even talked about this, like you need a figurehead for your social media. And that's why he pumped Charlie D'Amelio, right? And so that's why he did that. But she was the perfect person to do, right? She was a young dancer, right? And dances were the biggest thing on TikTok, right? So it just made sense that you put her on, and her family was also interesting, right? So then it all kind of added up to being like, oh, it's like a family kind of ordeal, right? So it gets everyone interested in this kind of person, right? So it just ended up working out holistically using that kind of methodology. But yeah, some people get lucky, man.
Yeah. It's like, some people get lucky, and it's like, if they last, then bet like you're actually a good creator. But then most of the times, even if you're lucky, if you're not good at what you do, you're gonna end up just hating it, or just not doing it, or being like, yo, fuck this shit. So I think it's like you have to have some type of discipline when it comes to it. Once you have that,
I'd argue also a base to your point, dude, because as we talked about, that curve after you hit it big is very difficult. Like my buddy, he said that a lot of people would tune in, and I guess it's kind of the same thing with guests on podcasts. A lot of people would tune in for his draft videos. And he was having a little bit of trouble when he would upload other stuff, because he did sports. When he uploaded different things, kind of getting traction in those areas.
Yeah, that's an issue I had, man, because I recently grew my like entire following on TikTok for like coding based kind of content. And then I realized that's not the kind of content I want to create for like the rest of my life. And then I completely shifted to anime content. So now I do anime content like basically completely. And then I do a little coding whenever like I have time. Right. But dude, basically like for like months, I just had no views, man, because basically my account, like viewership was all just shifting in the new direction, man. It totally wrecked my page for a little bit, but you know, now I feel like it's back a little bit. It's back, but
it's the trap of the game.
Yeah, man. So moving on,
right,
UFC, man. 286. I mean, overall thoughts. What are you guys' overall thoughts on 286?
Leon proved himself. I did suspect going in, and I made a 20-minute video that I didn't end up, because I miscalculated with how early the card was going to be. I made a 20-minute. I don't know if you ever watch any of Dan Hardy's breakdowns. But it was like a Dan Hardy style, just 20-minute alone in a room talking with dim lighting about fighting type of thing. And I felt like the major component was going to be Leon's takedown defense and the lack of altitude. And I mean, I really thought that we would see a wholly different Leon in there, because he looked good that first round, the second fight. And then after that, it seemed like the altitude got to him. And I think it was a combination of his mental kind of fading, because his body wasn't necessarily doing what he wanted it to. And this fight, he came out there and he really there was a couple of shots, like a knee up the middle, I think in round number 2 or 3. There was a body kick at some point that had Leon, or excuse me, it was pretty. Yeah, like whip it, and to the legs too. He clearly had a game plan, and Usman, I don't think is washed. That's something I've seen going around. I don't think he's necessarily over the hill. I know he's 35.
People throw out that word so fast now. That's like
so
the
fast
fastest
sports,
word
dude,
to get thrown out now.
Like so fast.
That
one of the greatest welterweights ever.
Washed and mid are like the two comments that I hate now. Like, dude, those are meaningless words, man. Just say, tell it what it is.
It's so funny, dude, because to your point, he absolutely suns Kobe Covington for the second fight, or for this, second fight, second time. And his last two fights, you take a look at him. He was not dominating Leon, but he was handling him towards the end, and then obviously gets caught with that beautiful head kick. And then this fight happens where, albeit, he got it was a Leon kind of clinic, but one fight and all of a sudden the guy's but he can't compete at the top. So I do think that Usman's going to be right there. And I actually, in another unreleased video, I thought he might have been a good candidate to put like a Shavkat up against, just to see where if Shavkat can kind of justify him getting to the title. But I just thought it was a really good fight, really good night of fights. I liked Fiziev versus Gaethje. Oof. I liked Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar Nelson lost me a lot of money on a parlay.
Oh, damn.
Because I just did the underdogs parlay and he lost me.
Yeah, bro. But like same thing. Like I made 2 shorts maybe on Leon, basically being like, we just have to make sure he creates that distance, just use all long range, and then if he does take you down, just jump right back up. How good is your takedown defense? And he showed all that shit, man. And it was super cool to see because it was in London. You heard the headshot dead chants, all the Rocky chants, like all that shit was super dope, man.
And when Usman went up to him pre-fight and tried to and then he went like that, it was so cold.
Was so cold. Oh, so cold. That was so sick. But
what do you guys think of Kobe Covington being like? I think he's betting favorites on Leon right now. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know, dude.
I think Leon.
I think that's wild, right?
I think it's pretty wild.
Who would put him?
I think
who would put him above him,
bro? Because dude, Usman beat him striking. Leon is a better striker. Leon's gonna tear him up, and Kamaru's I would argue he's probably up there with Colby. Like Colby's not that much better of a wrestler. I think his cardio's a lot better than Usman's, but like in terms of being a pure wrestler, they're about the same. And we saw Leon's takedown defense. So with that, plus just being a better striker, I think Leon runs through him.
I was gonna say I might even say a Leon baptizing. A second coming of dude. It's Leon just looks not unbeatable. But he does look. I'm trying to think of another champion I would equate it to. I don't know. I mean,
he looks like Izzy. He looks very much like Izzy.
He looks a little bit like Izzy, but he doesn't have the obviously
Izzy.
And Izzy without the.
We gotta talk about that actually. Yeah, well, let's get
that's a good one
later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. It's Izzy like kind of downsized. Like it's
pretty much
just miniature Izzy, and so it's like, bro. What I am excited about is this Gilbert Burns Jorge Masvidal fight, and then the Shavkat and Bilal fight.
That's gonna be a really fun one.
Whatever happens in those 2 fights, that's gonna just line everything out, I think.
What do you think about Bilal? Do you think Bilal will be an exciting champion?
Not. I mean, see, I don't think so.
Dude, I don't think so.
But I think he'll be pretty. Like if he's able to go through Shavkat.
Like it'll just be cool that he's champion. It's not gonna be like
I wouldn't be like
him. It's not gonna be like that big of a deal.
I wouldn't be like cool. I would be like, okay, it's kind of like but like personally seeing Bilal as a guy, I'd be happy for you, Bilal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But he's also from Chicago. Like he trains like really close by, so I'd be like, oh shit, there's a champ from Chicago. I think that would be dope too.
A local guy,
yeah. So
and then who else? What was it? Shavkat. I mean, Shavkat becomes champion. That guy's a dark horse.
Monster.
Ridiculous. But Jeff Neal did test him in a big way.
For sure.
So he doesn't look. I feel like he kind of doesn't have that air of exact invincibility anymore. And then I guess Khamzat's moving up to 185 because he really couldn't make. Kind of had that weight missed by like 8 pounds. Say what you want about that. And then he ragdolled Kevin Holland.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But Shavkat definitely got his like Gilbert Burns Hamza moment. Like it was like okay, we see that you're a dog. You go through it. You still somehow manage to choke the dude out. Like we see you're that good. Like we see you're that good. So yeah, bro, him versus Bilal, that's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, man. I'm ideal scenario. Who do you want Leon to face?
I've seen a lot of people say that Kobe isn't deserving to face him, and I understand that. I think that I don't know. Leon came out and said that Masvidal would be more deserving for the title. No, I mean I like Masvidal.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
Way, right? That's
right.
Dude, he just wants an easy win. I think he just wanted an easy win.
This guy.
Yeah, I think that, and then also the buildup is so easy.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of. That's a big money fight because the 3 pieces in the soda and the glide. So I understand why he made the call out, but to say that guy is deserving of a title shot, it's like he's as deserving as
right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anyone because Masvidal lost twice to Usman, and then lost Kobe. So that's like the two. Ideally, who? I mean, I guess you could say Bilal because Bilal has been on I don't even know how long of a fight win streak.
8 win streak.
Eight win streak. So if anyone's deserving, it's that guy. But then it's like also to your point or your guys' point, he's not exactly the most marketable guy in the world. Shavkat's right there, but do they want to push him too fast? I guess promotion wise, Kobe makes the best amount of sense, the most amount of sense because I actually I don't know if you guys watched the MMA Guru, but he made the really good point that everyone's going to be complaining about this matchup until fight week comes around. And then it was like, okay, now we get to see Leon versus, you know what I mean? Kobe. So that's going to be a really fun fight to watch. I mean, welterweights, it's in an interesting position where it's almost like kind of so stacked up right now with guys you want to watch and then also talented dudes that it is kind of, I feel like a puzzle to find who would fit into that number one or that title challenger spot,
Definitely. Yeah. Cause like, me personally, I would like to see Bilal. The main reason I want that fight is because then I want Shavkat versus Usman.
Shavkat versus Usman would be really
crazy.
Fun. That's what I'm saying, dude. That would give the Shavkat the ultimate test. And I think he has. Yeah. I'm thinking about. I mean, I don't know. That's definitely not an easy test for Shavkat, but I don't see that being an easy test by any stretch for Usman either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think it also shows like, okay, should Usman actually just retire now, or does he still have it in him?
Yeah, no, that's a pH test for both guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say litmus test. Right? Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Legit. So I think that's the only reason why I want Bilal, because I think then they could easily pair Shavkat and Usman up. But yeah, other than that, though, Colby's probably the only one that would like.
What about Islam though?
Islam. See, my thing is you have to convincingly beat Volk.
Yeah.
Or you have to at least defend your shit like 3 times. Like, bro, you defended it once and it's like there's like an asterisk on it. So like, I can't, like, I don't know. You haven't solidified your I guess your era in the division long enough for you to move up. I think that's what it is. It's like, you got to defend your shit at least 3 to 5 times for me to be like, okay, you have successfully dominated your division. And now it makes sense for you to move up or move down.
How many times did Conor defend before he went up and got that? Was it
Conor
Eddie Alvarez that he got?
Yeah,
but that's Conor too. Yeah. So I guess there is, but yeah, there is that thing where it's like if you can make a big enough drum, because I personally do like to get Islam in versus Leon. That to me personally is a very compelling fight.
True. Yeah. No. 100%. It's a great fight.
But I also agree with you. It's like he should earn his. Like Islam's not by any stretch of Conor in terms of marketability. Yeah. So he should kind of at least earn his stripes a little bit in that division, considering there are some killers waiting in the wings.
Yeah. Like, bro, Oliveira, Beneil Dariush. That fight's crazy. Gaethje, we can talk about real quick. Oof, yeah, crazy shit. But Gaethje, dude, I love Gaethje, man. He's such a dog. He was like, yo, they were trying so hard to promote Fiziev. Like, I thought Fiziev was about to kill him. And then this mofo, like, I saw his interview with Megan O'Leary after the fight. I put it into a short. He looks like he hasn't fought, like, period.
Yeah. He looks like no one touched him, right?
Absolutely unscathed. I'm like,
dude,
bro.
I literally saw your video. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this dude he's just there for an interview. It's like, goddamn, it's crazy.
And Fiziev's like covered in his own blood. Yeah. That's the Justin Gaethje effect, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Fiziev would have gotten that just because he's a little bit more technical and more well-rounded in the way that he strikes, but never underestimate Gaethje's ability to make a fight into a dog fight. You know, like the violence is the only thing that he's going for.
He mauls you, man.
That's what it is.
Bro, different. And
he can take even the most technical guys and just make them get them sucked into his world of just violence and trading and being dumb and trading with him in the middle of the octagon. And just, it's like, I don't know. He has an uncanny ability to do that. I mean, Michael, dude, I think his UFC debut was Michael Johnson.
Oof,
and Michael Johnson was like,
fight.
I'm not going to stand there and strike with him. I'm not going to stand and trade. And that's exactly what he did for I forget how long that fight went for, 2 rounds.
Yeah, it was like 2 rounds, Bro, crazy. Like, there's not a bad Justin Gaethje fight. Any Justin Gaethje fight, you're like, okay, this is about to be a war. Like, they're both about to go at it. And now I love it. They're paying him off with, like, dudes that are as tough as him. So they're not going to, like, tap out by any means. We all know he's not going to tap out by any means. So it's going to be 3 rounds of just war. Like, you get 15 minutes of straight pain. And it's like, God damn.
That fight with Chandler was something else too.
Ridiculous, bro. Dude, so now I want that Gaethje Poirier too. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Gaethje Poirier 2. That's gonna be another fun one. I'm a big fan of Dustin Poirier. I just like the way that he's very clean, very technical, very slick boxing, in and out. He made his own way of defending. Like I think they call it the triangle guard or something, where he can kind of, I didn't even know the mechanics. So I watched a video on it once like a year ago. They described it way better than I ever could, but he's just got such a fun way of fighting. And that's another guy that's like never in a boring fight. Dan Hooker, Eddie Alvarez. I mean, Justin Gaethje the first time, Max Holloway.
Yep.
You know, Conor McGregor 3 times. Or I mean, I guess the first time, but 2 times, so it's just, that's going to be a real fun one.
Yeah. Speaking of McGregor, what do you guys think of him going into the third division? Do you think it went?
I like it
in this weight.
Yeah, dude. With the HGH pumping in his veins, dude, he can't cut. He cannot cut.
What if he's just so much stronger and he just has so much more knockout power? I feel like that's definitely an option here. That's definitely
just that left hand becomes.
I was gonna say, just becomes the wrestler with the power hand over the top.
Yeah,
bro. It's like his quickness, it might be gone, but he might have that power now,
just
where he can compete. Yeah.
But that's part of what sells this fight is like a lot of people are saying, oh, yeah, like, why does this make sense? First off, it's going to be I believe it's going to be absolute fireworks. But also there's so many questions around, like, how is Chandler going to handle a guy like McGregor that has the power that he has in his hands? How is McGregor going to look with all that extra added weight? To your point, Parse, where it's like, you don't know if he's going to be more mobile or he's going to be stronger with his left. It's just going to be, I'm very interested to see how McGregor, and apparently he's listened to fans, and from reports on the show, he's been training with Wonderboy Thompson, and he's been kind of going back to that old McGregor style of being a little bit more wide open with his stance, not boxing with guys.
Yeah. So I think, I'm definitely very excited, especially when I saw him train with Wonderboy. I was like, this is dope. Shit.
Dude, maybe the boxing screwed him up a little bit, man. He was boxing with, like with Mayweather a little bit. That totally scred up his UFC fighting.
Absolutely.
That's totally possible. You're right.
100%. I thought that could have happened with Yair when he fought Emmett, because Yair with I think it was the Max Holloway fight, he was just standing in the pocket a lot, trading with Max, and he was having success. But obviously with Emmett, a guy like that, he'll put your lights out.
Yeah, I realize it changes your instinct a little bit.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Yair's another one of those I gotta watch.
So fun.
I gotta watch him fight. Always insane fights. But sorry, what were you saying?
No, I realize it probably changes your instinct a little bit, right? So then you don't remember how to react in MMA situations, when in boxing you can let your head like go all the way down, and like do kind of crazy stuff in boxing that you could never do in MMA.
You'd get boxing movement, is so different. Like whenever I watch like the actual boxers box, I'm like, yo, they're moving different. Because like
that's a way you could move in a street fight too, because no one knows how to kick in a street fight. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you've done karate or some shit like we have, so
I was joking with my buddy, is like, what if someone head kicks you in a street fight, or you like try to head kick someone in a street fight, and it just, your shin touches their cranium and like they just don't react at all.
Yeah.
They just like eat the kick and they're like,
Dude, imagine that you run, man. They probably are like,
I would just run. Yeah,
they're probably like Muay Thai
Dude.
gods, man. Like,
Yeah.
they
who else
start
could
like
take
that,
pulling
or
up with
they're
a
just
knee.
fucking made
who else
out
could
of
take a
metal.
knee? Who
Like,
else
yeah,
could take
bro.
a shin to the head, dude? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and
And
not be phased.
Yeah,
just
he's like,
a shin to the,
wait.
oh my god.
Starts spamming you with leg kicks. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man.
fuck. Yeah. But yeah, man. UFC's in a great spot right now, man. Like I was making
They've
my
been killing
video. I put out like today. Yeah, I put it out today. On there, I was like, yo, I went through like pretty much all the rankings. I was like, yo, every single matchup you make with any top 10 is gonna be a fire ass fight. Like that's crazy.
And that's why I like it. Why all these fighters are just moving around divisions. I feel like soon they should just get rid of these divisions and just put fighters against each other. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No,
that might be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I hope it gets to a point where like
Unless it's heavyweight, man. Those guys are too big. But like the other ones, like you could play around with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
John Jones versus Patty the Batty Pimblett.
Dude, John Jones would kill everyone. We know that.
Bro, John Jones in heavyweight was ridiculous. That's another thing. I mean, the UFC, to your point, is just so they're in such a good spot right now. They've had such a good start to the year. They've been on fire, absolutely on fire. I don't think there's been a single card that has been really, really disappointing. I'm trying to remember. There's not been much to pick from, but it's all just been really, honestly, flames.
Yeah. No, and it's also like the only dominant champ, even though he just won it, is John Jones. Like literally all the other champs are relatively new. Like I don't know who else is. I don't know who else has been like, or defended it for like a decent. I guess Volk maybe. Volk will probably be the only one.
Yeah,
but other than him, it's like Volk's the animal. But other than him, there hasn't been. I don't even think there's like one other with like with the defense.
Because Pereira's new, Jamal Hill's new, Alexa Grasso's new, Amanda Nunes still has it.
Nunes is another one.
Who's okay? Middleweight would be it's middleweight's Pereira. And then welterweight Leon just got it.
Yeah,
bantamweight's Aljo. But then there's a bunch of killers waiting in the Moreno.
Yeah,
after his quadrilogy.
Yeah,
it doesn't really count if you fought the same guy 4 times. That's insane.
Right?
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy. UFC in a super good spot right now. Super duper
100%.
good spot.
Yeah,
100%, man. All right, guys, I have to actually go bathroom break. So this is actually
how long we been going?
I would say probably like
what we can do
30-ish minutes.
How long have we gone?
30, 40 minutes?
30, 40 minutes? Really?
When did we start?
Has it been that much?
I thought we started like 1:30. Oh no, we might have like started a little bit later. It's 2:30 right now.
Well, we started this at 12:30. Has it actually been an hour?
Wait a second. No, right. Yeah, 1:30 my time.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Yeah, 1:30 your time.
I know I joined a little bit after 1:30. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let me just run to the bathroom real quick, and then
you got it.
It's probably only like one topic.
Whew. Yeah, you guys run a good show, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. We've been doing this kind of stuff for a while, man, but just still building it up.
How much growth have you guys seen?
So on the podcast, very little. Like honestly, like barely anything, like on the podcast side, because I don't know, man. Literally just it doesn't catch the YouTube algorithm at all, basically. And then like Spotify and Apple Music and whatever, like they don't have an algorithm to like promote podcasts or like properly, right? They promote music, but not podcasts, right? So basically there's no way to get it out until we do clips. We need to like just eventually pay an editor to just get these clips out, So that's the plan. Once we get a little bit more money eventually,
Yeah, no, I feel like that's also the other tough part is, scaling it to the point where, you could. Would you say that the podcast is I know you already said this at the beginning of the show, podcast is more so the kind of like the back door, like keep it on the back burner for now, and then but content creating is still the main focus, the main goal to get to.
Yeah, exactly. Like my own page, I feel like I have way more passion for than just the podcast, but I like having the podcast as well. Like I feel like
it's so fun to do.
It's a good creative outlet to have a podcast. So it's like just talking and just coming up with ideas, just talking shit. You know, it's like that's one of the best things to have in your life. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely too. Do you guys have a lot of guests on?
Not really. Like we just have guests like friends, like for you, for instance, right? So we've had people like you where we kind of know you guys and like we just invite you on because like we just want to hear about you. We've had like previously we've invited like people we don't know, and then it's gotten weird, and so we stopped doing that.
So like what? Yeah. Like someone's just kind of
like
awkward.
It's hard to extract conversation out of them, and it's like, dude, it's really hard to even get to an hour when it's that kind of situation, you know. So it's like we've really vetted who's came on this show now.
Some people just it's harder to just, I don't know. Some people don't know how to. I found that some of the people I'll even interview for my own show. It's like, to your point, I'll be talking to them and then they'll answer a question and then there's no follow up and it jams up the whole flow of the conversation. You know, I don't know. There's a certain art to it.
Yeah, they just leave it out there and then they leave it at that. You know, and it's like, no, okay. Well, I guess we need a new question or something, right? Like you just need to come up with something.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like a lot of people expect it to be more of an interview than like a conversation.
Yeah,
like and it's like, dude, for like just to conversate.
And it's like these are people we have no idea about. It's like, dude, how are we supposed to be interviewing you? We don't know who the heck you are, bro. You know,
so why'd you guys, if you don't mind me asking, how'd you guys get into just you would take someone you didn't really, neither of you really knew, or was it like one of you guys knew them, or like how do you guys get someone you didn't know on the show? Yeah,
so we would legit, or like either me or Parse would legit just DM people on Instagram. We'd be like, yo, your stuff looks kind of cool. Would you like to hop on?
We would see that they would be making cool shit on the internet, right?
Yeah.
At least whatever they were working on was cool.
Exactly.
That's why we reached out to them in the first place. But like we realized that we needed people with like a personality as well, not just working on cool shit. You know, like that was a key aspect of it because yeah, dude, honestly, that's such a key thing because we can't talk to a person that just won't say anything for an hour. You know, it's really hard. Also, a lot of them didn't want to like show their camera for some reason. And we realized like, that's something we need to make clear to them from the beginning. Like, yo, you need to turn your camera on, bro. Like, you know,
yeah. But
absolutely.
Yeah. And then also after that, we also realized we either just want to have like friends on, or we could just record and just talk shit. It's like there's not as much of an expectation on it. Whereas like before, when you have someone who you don't really know, but you kind of want to impress, it's like, fuck, I have to actually like think of good questions.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just like a conversation with a friend, it's like, yo, fuck it. We'll just talk about some shit.
Yeah. It's like, I can come up with that stuff, but it's like, I don't want to. Like, this is like a time where I just want to talk. Yeah.
Exactly.
I found that sometimes
that's why we stopped that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I found that sometimes, to your point, it's better to mix in casual conversation with more interview style kind of questions. And because I remember I've interviewed one YouTuber, and at the time he had like 500K. I don't know what he's sitting at now. And I was super duper green. I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. This guy I'd been watching for so long just randomly accepted to come on my show. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I totally had messed it up because I was just asking him all these like rapid fire, like, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, what do you think about that? And then as time went on, I kind of just adopted this mentality where it's like, we're all just people, you know?
Exactly.
And so since then I've had this, her name is Fit Foodie Living on Instagram, and she's huge now. Back then she had about 50K, but it was still like a big deal. But I remembered I kind of just talked to her as if I was talking to you guys, and the interview came out so much more dope. So it's like, I'm not the biggest fan on a podcast, at least, of having it be a very formal. It's one thing if it's an entertainment tonight type of thing, or something where you get 5 minutes and you're interviewing a celebrity about a movie. That's fine to do regular questions. But just if you're on a podcast, the whole essence of a podcast is supposed to be a radio show, but recorded. And radio shows just people kicking it most of the time. So,
100%. 100%.
Exactly, dude. And the fact that someone cool like that would come on your show, you know, that means they're there to talk to you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they like your stuff and they want to come on, you know?
Yeah.
I think I just viewed it too much as like as an opportunity and not so much as
but you're like fanboying, right? A little bit.
Oh, dude, so much. I was sweating before I turned on. It was over Zoom. I was fanboy sweating
too. Like I was just thinking, like if I was in the same situation, I would have probably done the same thing because 100%. It's like they're so cool to you, and you've watched every single one of their videos, and you're like, damn, dude, I love your videos. Like, you know, like
and seeing them on the screen was a trip
to my content. You know, like this is where I get my ideas from. You know, it's like that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, crazy. Like I had a similar experience when the podcast was only audio, so we didn't even do video at the time, but we would record using like either FaceTime or Zoom or something like that. But one of like the sneaker YouTubers I grew up watching, I don't know if you know him, but Kusto.
Name sounds familiar.
Like Jack Slade. Like I know he goes by either one.
Jack Slade.
It's like
both those names YouTuber. Ring a bell. I'm not.
Yeah. Facts.
Maybe put a name to a face or something.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, we had him on for like just audio, but like just being on FaceTime with him, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck to ask you. Like, again, this was like, it was just audio.
Yeah, dude.
We had never really
you want to impress him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
you want to be like,
oh,
exactly. And it's like now looking back on it, if I could redo the interview, there's so many better questions I would ask.
It's hard when you're a fan.
Like,
it's so much easier if you've already had like a conversation with them or something like that. Then that next conversation is going to be so much easier. But it's like, if it's your first time too, like that's so rough, dude. I can't imagine if I was interviewing LeBron James, I would be dying, bro. I don't know what to ask him, bro. I don't know.
But then it's also like it's when you're first starting, like you're just starting. So you don't really even know what the fuck you're doing in the first place. And it's like, fuck. Now I have to like, it's someone I admire I have to talk to.
Yeah.
And
also we lack the ego. We lack the ego as well, right? Like because since we're small right now, like our ego's not that inflated yet. Where we're like, I'm on the same level as LeBron James. Like I don't give an ass. I'm gonna ask him whatever. You know, it's like we're not that big headed yet. You know,
that's where you gotta open up with the question like, what's it like to come on my show, LeBron? What's it like to be in my territory? You got a big league him off the bat. You know what I mean? Get him off his game.
Facts.
That's funny, bro. But that's a real thing, man. I was sweating. I was sweating. That's why I try to have a conversation. Cool. If I'm going to interview someone bigger, I'll just have like, for instance, I interviewed a top 10 OnlyFans model and earning on the site. And we ended up talking for like 3 hours. She's super duper cool.
That's a good thumbnail. Did you thumbnail the shit out of that?
I thumbnailed the shit out of it, dude. I was like, you know that Mr. Krabs meme where he's like in the lab with the goggles on? That was me doing that thumbnail. Preciseness.
Facts.
And the video didn't perform well. I was like, damn.
Yeah. No way. That's crazy.
I guess people, one person commented and she goes, so what did you pay her monthly fee to get this interview? I was actually kind of dying at that. That was pretty funny. Man. But I made sure to just talk to her beforehand, and then it made the interview like 10 times better. You know what I mean?
You get a free month off or what? Like,
I probably could have if I want, but honestly, you'd be surprised with how, and I say this to everyone, you'd be surprised with how normal OnlyFans girls are.
Yeah.
Just the most normal people ever. The same way that we'd be up editing a video at 2 a.m. She's up editing a video at 1, 2 a.m.
They're a content creator, man. Just a different type, man.
Facts.
And then she pays taxes, and it's like, and she makes enough to put herself through college, but you know, the only difference is she films. I think she does sex scenes and she does solo stuff too. And so she was telling me about how all that works. She's like, I only go to one guy for the scenes, and then the rest I do myself. And it's a pretty rigorous uploading schedule. I'm just like, dude, this is such an interesting insight. I also one time I matched with an escort on Tinder. This is a super funny story. I tried to get her on the show, and she wanted me to pay her $75 for an hour. Didn't have that at the time because I was in college and I was working like a part-time gig, and I was like, no. And she kept hitting me up, and so I stopped responding. She texted me from another number, and then I was like, hello? And then she ended up leaking my number on Snapchat because she was like, you're ignoring me now? Just an entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that's strange.
That's just pain. That's just pain.
Oh man.
Luckily nobody from her Snapchat hit me up, but it was one of those things. I'll stand by that to this day. That would have been a fire interview.
Yeah.
That would have been like, at least
Yeah.
I think so. Just, I wanted to ask her about how she got her start with I'm sure it would have been a very sad and very serious and somber interview, but it's still interesting to get the insight into how, I'm not equating OnlyFans models to
no, dude, that's like that's like a Vice interview, man. I feel like I've seen that kind of thing on Vice, right? Like,
that was what I was going for, but it of course didn't go according to plan.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to take a risk sometimes, right? Like,
you got to go for it. Yeah.
I like the type of videos you're looking into. I've never even thought about that kind of video.
Type shit. Yeah,
that's an interesting video, man.
It's one of those things that just came to me, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens. I was like, I made sure to like let her know in all my texts, I am not looking for services. So just in case she like released the screenshots, it wouldn't seem like I was just wanting to pay for sex or anything. But I was like, no, but I'll have you on my podcast for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyone's invited.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, facts, dude. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's actually lit. That's lit.
What other types of guests would you want to have on? I'm curious.
I'll have anyone and everyone on. I mean, I'll do sports people, I'll do YouTube people, I'll do actors. I really like to have just normal. If there's a group of people, this is kind of like what I like to do. If there's a group of people that gets a bad rap or I feel like is unfairly viewed by society, I want to try to normalize or humanize those people to the best of my ability. I could talk to, like what the conversation we're having now is dope. And I really enjoy just being on here and having these types of combos where you could just chill, sit back, shoot the shit. But there's also something about giving people through, like I interviewed my own birth mother about my birth father, which I've never met. It's like super interesting stuff like that I feel like is going that little extra bit to make it interesting and compelling, And I don't even, in the interview, I wasn't like slam dunking my birth father being like, he's absentee, but like trying to explore more about what he's about and like why, so yeah, stuff like that. Just, I don't know, giving a face to
understanding human, like having empathy to some degree, right? Understanding
because everything's wild, dude. Like there's people, OnlyFans models can just have sex on camera and make money from it. That in itself is a crazy idea, people can play video games now and make money off of it. That's a crazy idea. We can make money off of this. That's a crazy idea. So, a lot of the stuff, when you boil it down, you think about it, is crazy. But at the same time, the people that do it are so normal. And that's the contrast I like to look for.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I don't know if I explained that the best, but that's what I'm trying to go for with some of those interviews.
That's cool.
That's cool.
What about you guys? Oh, sorry. You were going to say something? Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, you're showing the art from the normalcy, right? Like you're showing,
highlight the personalities sometimes, just like some people are just, they got wacky, goofy personalities and that's cool to show on an interview too. Maybe it's a wacky person in a normal job. Maybe it's a normal person in a wacky. So it's like, I don't know, just highlighting human beings.
Yeah. The duality of it.
Yeah. But what about you guys? Like because I know you guys do a lot of sports centered stuff. Would you ever branch out and do that type of Vice style thing or have some sort of pop culture personality? I mean, like, what would you, or I guess like a better question would be, what's your top 3 dream guests to get on the show?
Okay.
That's a good one.
I'll say for my personal channel first. So that's all MMA related. And so with that, ideally, Parse already knows about this, but what I'm trying to do is get so good at actual MMA, but then also have my content so good where I could legit go to City Kickboxing, train with Izzy. Izzy knows me. He's comfortable with me recording all that shit. And I could actually I'm not getting fucked up the whole time. I get someone to handle like the training. I can handle the practice, all that stuff. And then just picking his brain on like the actual, like whatever we trained on. Like, I think that would be such a dope video, such a dope concept. And then like we could have like a podcast portion where we're just chilling, talking. And then it cuts to like a sparring or it cuts to us like hitting mitts, hitting pads, whatever. And so I think that's definitely one of those ideas where I'm like, it's a long-term idea, but it's definitely something that'd be so dope if I'm able to like actually replicate what I'm thinking about.
That point, you'd be UFC level.
Yeah.
If you're hanging in there with Izzy and sparring, you might just walk yourself into the UFC.
I need Izzy to take it easy on me.
Oh,
for
dude,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, take it easy, but it's like
Dude,
I
imagine
could like
training
be in
with
there and not
Izzy,
be
man.
left out.
That'd be sick, bro. That'd be sick.
Exactly.
I'd be so scared, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be so. But he probably would take. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
He'd probably take it easy.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like.
Dude.
I think the best way to put it is be like a cross between like a Will Harris and Izzy. It's like I'm right in the middle where I'm making content. I'm also fighting, but it's like I'm doing both at the same time and just kind of showing you guys like that side
I'm
of
definitely
things.
gonna talk anime with Izzy, bro. We're gonna be talking.
Facts.
We're gonna be talking
Facts.
some nerdy anime, bro. That's a good time.
So would you want to compete as well? Like, would you want to go pro in MMA at some point?
No,
No?
I definitely don't want to go pro. I do want to do at least like the plan is right now, at least 2 like amateur fights. Cause I want to be able to say that like I actually did it. Like
Got
I
in there,
made the
did it.
walk
Yeah,
to the
same.
cage. I did that shit. But like at the same time, I'm hoping I'm lucky enough where like I feel like to go pro for that to be like what gets you food, like you have to have a different mindset for that. And like if I decided to go pro, I would have to go like all this shit would be lessened. Like I would have to go full focus going pro. Like I see the actual pros and how hard they train. It's like, bro, okay. You like I think fighting is one of those sports you can't be like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like you got to go all in on that shit. So, and for me, luckily enough, I have other things where I don't have to worry about just fighting for me to get money. So,
Yeah, no,
definitely
I
not
feel
going pro, but
I feel
I
you,
definitely
but get
do
in
want to
there.
do. Yeah,
I'm going to try to do that at
Yeah.
the beginning of next year. I want to compete MMA for sure, just to help out with the commentary end of things. Because I do commentary
Facts.
for a very averse. Well, it's like one of the bigger Northeast promotions, and I just feel like that's the next level. The next obvious step is training with the
That's
guys.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Do you
Sorry,
think you're
what
gonna
was it?
get deeper into commentary in any way?
Oh, for
or-
sure. Yeah. I mean, like
That's dope.
definitely a lot of the guys I work with have a lot of, and this is one of the biggest things that I enjoy is, or I hold close to my heart, is that a lot of the guys that I work with or I commentate over when I train with them, you know, for instance, I sparred with this guy who absolutely whooped my ass, but then he asked for analysis on his fight, which is like the biggest trip for me. And I was joking around with him. I was like, dude, you just wiped the floor with me. What do I, but he was like, no, I trust and I respect your opinion. And so when you get the fighters respect training with them and commentating, and a lot of them seem to think that, and I do tend to agree with them, that I can take this thing to a certain point where that's how I can be eating my food, is commentary or doing YouTube or whatever it is. Then that's the goal.
Yeah.
And the journey to that, I believe, comes in competing in the cage at some point.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Facts.
No, exactly. Same shit.
You know, if it didn't,
as
I
long
probably
as your
would, but
creds are real, right? Like you're doing real commentary, you're fighting for real, you know, like that's some real shit.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah,
that's always real. That's what I feel like. Everyone should strive to just be real. Like even if I get knocked out in the cage, I get choked out, or I lose a decision, I will have been able to have said that, to your point, dude, it's like, you did it. Yes, exactly. And I did. Yeah. So that's all it is to me, man, I'm honestly in this mode now where I want to live a life that I could be the uncle that has like really cool stories.
Yeah,
none of it, you know what I'm saying? None of the kids are like, what is Uncle Coop telling you? What does this mean?
Right.
Yo, yeah, no, I definitely relate to that, man. I just had a
same here.
I just had a niece recently. So
what do you guys do for your 9 to 5s? Or do you I don't know if you want to say it on air, but
no, I mean, I'm a software engineer.
I'm a public figure, bro. My name is my username, bro.
Oh, so wait. What's your biggest what would you say is your biggest platform, or where do you make your money from? Yeah.
I was making money from Instagram, but Instagram cut their reels bonuses, so I'm not making any more money from Instagram. But TikTok is my biggest. I'm at 48K there, and then Instagram's my second at 24K, and then YouTube's.
If you don't mind me
1K.
asking, I promise I'm not pocket watching here, but I'm so interested. How much were you making off of Reels? Because that's always so interesting to me to see how much people are making off of TikTok, how much people are. So was it a full amount of money, or did you have to kind of like supplement it with other sources?
So what's crazy is in 2022, I made a ton of money. I was making like 100 to like 200 a month, and I was just making like maybe like 1 to 2 videos a week, and that was just from. How many videos is that? 8 videos? And that was from 8 videos versus in 2023 for like the 3 months that I had it, or like 2 months that I had it. I only made like $100 from those 2 months because Reels like started decreasing how much they're paying creators all of a sudden. And that's when I was posting every single day. I've been posting every single day this year. And so literally I've been getting no money from that versus when I was posting like 8 videos a month, I was making so much more money. So like Reels just screwed us, and then they canceled the Reels. So then now I'm making no money anymore versus I think I would have been making like crazy amount of money the past 2 months right now because my views have been up like crazy on Instagram. But
that's nuts, what can you do? What a, that's what I always wonder is like, once we do get up to that level where we are eating off of this, it's got to be so stressful because it's so unreliable, you know?
Yeah,
it's just wishy-washy.
I just got like a taste of it, man, and that was like, you know, pocket change. Like I paid like my utility bill with it, which is something. Like
that's
I paid some utility, you know, like so it's like that was cool, but it's like imagine if like we actually made some money on this shit, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, man.
That's dope regardless, though, dude. I mean, like that's I can't remember. I was honestly so hyped when I got $250 for a commentary job. I was like, let's go. My first time getting paid to be on air. And it's such a good feeling. It's because it's like kind of the fruition of your work. Like I put them in the background, but I'll make shirts, you know, of the podcast.
Oh, nice.
I'll definitely, if you guys want, I want to send some over.
What, how do you make them, by the way?
I use Streamlabs. I'll use Streamlabs merch page, and it handles the cost of you, and they'll make it. You can get. I'm sitting on it, but you can get custom, you know, designs that you make. And
that's dope.
Hold on. So it's like it has its own service where you can like design your merch and stuff within it.
And they handle all the printing and stuff for you, and you can.
So it's like Printful. Have you used
pretty
Printful?
much, yeah. And you could decide whether or not you want to make profit off of it. Right now, all the stuff I have, I don't make a profit off of. I just like making stuff, and nobody's gonna buy it at this point, anyways. You know, not even my friends who are like, "Bro, that's dope. I would buy it." They don't even buy it.
I've set up a shop, man. I have a shop up right now. I'm actually gonna take it down end of this month because I haven't made any money off of it. But it's hard to make money when you're so small right now. It's impossible.
You have like a wild, hardcore, you know, fans for that. I feel like,
dude. And I've seen like nowadays it's even harder, man, because I've seen like one of my like favorite YouTubers. He has like 200 something K, and he was trying to sell this plushie, bro. He could barely sell that shit, man. It was great. Like even at 200K, it's hard, man.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild.
He couldn't sell 100 of them. He was trying to sell 100 or whatever.
Damn. Yeah, dude.
There's so many different factors.
Yeah, and he barely got there. Barely. He was that was wild.
Jesus, man. Yeah, gotta be polarizing.
No, it really is. Like, unless you're at these millions where like Jake Paul and like Logan, you know, these guys, like they have just armies of people that follow them, right? And then if they have like 150,000 people that are like, yo, I'm a die-hard fan. You know what I'm saying? Dude, that's 150 times like, let's say $30, $40 for everything of merch, right? Like you're easily in the millions at that point. Like that's an automatic, right? And then let's say you have a viral video, maybe that goes up, right? Like it's crazy for them.
Wild.
And bro, it's all about numbers.
Yeah.
Like for us to scale at that, you know, it's crazy. Hopefully we do scale there eventually.
I just say fuck it, we'll get there. Yeah, that's what I say. Whenever I think about that stuff, fuck it, we'll get there. We'll figure out a way to get there at some point.
Exactly, man. Yo, I think that's a perfect way to end it.
I was gonna say, dude, that was like the perfect way to cap off the show.
That was actually beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
That's melatonin, by the way, for everyone.
Hey,
Go on,
hey.
Because he was
Everyone's gonna be like,
caffeinated
what the
prior.
fuck was that? Yeah.
Yeah. Caffeinated.
You're gonna pass out now, dude. You're gonna pass
I'm
out.
gonna be
Yeah.
awake and asleep at the same time, dude. It's gonna be a very weird feeling. Well, dude, listen, before you guys play me out, I do want to say thank you so much for having me on the show. Your guys' stuff is awesome. I'm privileged to be here. I hope I can come on again. I will lobby to come on again because this is the most fun I've had on the podcast in a while.
Yeah, no, this was fun, man. You'll definitely be a returning guest. We have a few of these. You'll be one of them for sure, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Absolutely, dude.
But yeah, guys, that has been episode 166, right? Is it 166?
Yeah.
Let me double check that.
Check out our boy
Double
Coops.
check that.
Vids
and check out
on
Coop.
YouTube or on Instagram, everywhere.
Links
check
below.
him out.
Yeah, man.
We'll link him below.
But yeah, episode 166. As Par said, go check Coop out. It'll be in the description. Go check us two out as well.
Check us out. We post daily. We post literally every single day. I don't know why you're not checking us out.
Thanks.
So,
go check them out.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Exactly. But as always, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We out, man.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.